Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Welcome to Freedom Homestead. My name is Tangie.
And I'm Jack.
And today we are coming from you. Coming from you? No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, unless you're our moms, we are coming to you from a new location. In case you've missed the video, our sunroom is done.
Yes, it is.
With the exception of just a couple of small things left to do, it is done. It is move-in ready. And we are very excited. Hey, guys.
And we've got some other news to talk about as well.
We do.
We titled this Success, the live chat success talk.
We've actually had a few successes.
Yeah, so this is definitely one of those success stories.
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting dark outside. Yeah, I think all you're seeing is glare from the windows.
Is that what that is?
That is glare off. That's glare off the kitchen cabinets. Actually, I can turn the light off in there.
Interesting. This is awkward. Just kidding. No, it's not. Thanks, Tim. Tim said he likes my hair. That's another thing that was successful is I gave myself a haircut and I didn't look like a pumpkin pie haircutted freak. So big success. Big success. Yeah, I cut like, I don't know, I measured it. It was like 4.5 inches off my hair. And it feels a lot better.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Let's see. I don't know if that matters or not.
I can't tell.
So, how's everyone doing? Yeah, let us know when you join us. Say hello.
Oh, they are. Everybody
we
is
got
here.
lots of people jumping in. We got over 50 people already.
Today is Melissa's birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you for spending your birthday evening
Happy
with
birthday,
us.
Melissa.
Did you get to do anything today or are you celebrating later? Hello, Jennifer. Hey, Jeff is here. Hey, Jeff. Got some folks from Pennsylvania. Yeah, so we got the room done.
Mm-hmm.
I cut my own hair and it looks good. It doesn't look like a 5th grader did it. And if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, then you saw today.
And if they hadn't checked it in the last couple hours.
Today we harvested our first watermelons and they are so good.
Yeah.
We're so excited. It is the first time we have ever successfully grown watermelon.
Now we have grown watermelon. We did that back at our old house that we moved from. And they grew well and they looked great, but they had no flavor. They were just very bland.
Yeah.
So they didn't turn out at all, but these are not only good, they're delicious. I mean delicious. They're so good. Sugar baby watermelons is what we grew, and they turned out amazing.
They did. Like very, very excited about it.
Yeah.
Melissa said that her fan made her a yummy red velvet cake and then took her to Applebee's for dinner. Yum. Hey, Crubby the Beagle.
How's the kitchen sink? Did you say that? Did you?
Oh, yes. The kitchen sink
that
is
was another
fixed.
Success.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It is finally
We
fixed.
didn't fix it, but...
No, we didn't fix it. We called in some professionals and praise the Lord. This is a praise report. They originally quoted us $700 to fix it because they were going to have to bust up some drywall.
6 to 7.
And all that other stuff. But praise the Lord, they figured out a way to just drill straight down into our cabinet, down into the basement, and reroute the drain. And we got our bill. It was $125.
Yes.
So
yes.
we were like hugely relieved because last year was just kind of we just like whammy after whammy.
So behind you, the window. Lean toward me.
Lean toward you? Oh, Ruger?
Yeah, we got
She's
one
watching
of the dogs watching our son play basketball out in the driveway.
But yeah, so last week, not only did we get the quote to fix our sink that it was going to be so high, but I went to get groceries which you guys saw the Aldi haul. And when I pulled into the Aldi parking lot, I tapped the brake and there was this grinding, like a, I was like, oh, that does not feel good. So we had to take it and get new brakes and new rotors, and that cost us a pretty good penny. So it was like that in the same week. It was like, no, it's nuts.
Melissa says she got my brother-in-law got me a Lodge cast iron Dutch oven, and you love those.
Yes, it is awesome.
Yeah.
We love ours. And actually, we haven't done a lot of,
we haven't used it since the house disaster here. So it's been
yeah, we haven't done
a year and a half since we've used it.
Yeah, we haven't done any outdoor cooking. Of course, I mean, we had to dismantle our fire pit when the basement fell because of all the excavating and everything. So that's another thing we're looking forward to as it starts to get cooler, is that we can kind of start putting some things back together, or maybe creating new spaces. We have ideas. We've actually called to get quotes on some stuff, but they've never shown up. So
Well, so yeah, we love our we love our Dutch oven. We got to get the fire pit rebuilt. I'm excited about this. I can't wait to try this out.
yeah.
This is the first time ever in my life, and next year I'll be 50. Gosh. But anyway, this is the first time in my entire life that I've ever had, well, I take that back. My parents did have a small little wood burning stove in the house they're in now, but my dad never would use it. Never would use it
Because he was on the volunteer fire department.
And eventually took it out. Yeah, because he, he's been to literally hundreds of house fires because of fireplaces and such. So he's gun shy, and he never would let us have one or use one. So I'm excited about having one now. Been watching videos on how to start fires in them, and I didn't know, but if you own one of these new wood burning stoves that are like EPA certified and all that, they've got tubes in the top part up there. They got tubes inside that circulate the air, and that will burn off the secondary gases, but it also creates airflow in there. You actually build the fire in the oven opposite of what you would build a fire outside, like a campfire. You start with all the little twigs and the kindling, and then you build up on it and eventually put some bigger stuff on there, and it all burns up. But nope, all the videos I've been watching here, you put the big logs in the bottom, and then you stack smaller stuff on top, so you kind of build it in reverse. So yeah, that's new to me, and it might be new to some of you guys.
Yes, we do have a smoke detector in the sunroom.
Yes, it's on the wall up here.
It's way up there.
That's code around here. You can't build a new building without having those actually wired in.
Yeah,
they have to be included.
Hey, Bandana Grandma's here.
So we might be doing most of our Monday night lives in here now, just because it looks better.
Yeah.
It looks better.
Yeah.
And you do a ton of your videos in the kitchen anyway.
True.
I mean, you do all your canning and your recipes and all that. So we still do a lot of videos in the kitchen. So we might start doing our lives in here.
Yeah, and now that the sunroom is done, now I'm going to be using my free time to finish the kitchen, and I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to have it done. And I think that's kind of where we're at now mentally, is just let's get this stuff done, because there's still, like, we could go on and on about all of the little things left that we have to do, like fixing drywall, repainting, finishing the kitchen. I mean, there's a lot left to do.
No, I don't want to cut those baffles out. I'm not gonna mess with that stove.
Let's see.
I've heard really good things about them.
The stove that we got?
Yes.
Actually, the couple that we bought this from, they were on their fire department for years, and they have a passion to educate people on how to properly use wood stoves. And I mean, we were there for like an hour and a half, her telling us about how to use them and ways to maintain them. And
I like what Jeff said.
Fireside chats.
Fireside chats with Jack and Tandy.
I like it.
Yeah, we might have to title some of our videos that.
Yep. Constance said, I would. You would. What you mean?
I don't know.
I don't either. But and then so when I was growing up, we did have a wood stove, and not in every house that we lived in, but the house that we lived in the longest, and it was during. For those of y'all who lived in the southeast part of the states here, a lot of us were affected by a ice storm in 1993. I know it happened here. It was in the part of Georgia that I lived in, and we didn't have power for, I don't know, I think it was a week. It may have been over a week, and that wood stove not only kept us warm, but that's how we cooked our food. And my mom, I remember her putting like chicken soup on, like chicken and corn and green beans and stuff, and it would just simmer on the stove all day, and then we would eat it at the end of the day, and it was awesome. We did grow that watermelon, Molly.
Yeah.
So exciting! Our first time we've ever successfully grown watermelon, and let me tell you,
and it's delicious.
Let me tell you, all we did was I started the seeds. They're MI Gardener seeds. Started the seeds. When I went to plant them, all I did was sprinkle a little bit of Trifecta Plus, which is MI Gardener's his own formulated organic fertilizer, and that's it. That's all I put on them. And it is like we had to dig through weeds to find it. Constance knows, Julie knows, Anna knows. They've seen it. It's a jungle out there, and I mean our garden has been very neglected, and it's good and it smells good. It's the first time that I know I have ever eaten a watermelon that was still warm from the sun. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I really prefer my watermelon cold.
Cold, me too.
And here's the other one we picked.
Yeah, this is the other one.
Here's the other one we picked.
These are sugar baby watermelons.
Yeah, these are sugar babies.
Yeah, so it is, we were so excited that we've actually done it, because like he said before, we've grown watermelon before, and then we went to cut it, it was like no flavor at all. And I don't really remember what variety we grew. I don't remember what we did to it. And I was trying to think if maybe we had a lot of rain, because I know how much water a watermelon gets before it's picked can, that can be a factor. But anyway, that one was flavorless, but this one's awesome. So we're really happy about that. Oh, you like my hair and my nails? Okay, let me tell you about my nails. I got these. For those of you who have not seen them, I got these at the salvage store. I paid like $1.69, but they retail for like $7.
So those are the little stick-on nails.
They're the Kiss. They're like acrylic, and it's the real short length. And then my hair, I cut myself, and I can't believe that I didn't butcher it. Let me show you the back. Even the back looks good. Like, can they see it?
Yes, and it looks beautiful.
I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't butcher myself. But yeah, like, y'all know that we're pinching pennies right now. And, if I go to the salon and pay a tip, it's going to cost me about $30. So I saved myself.
Or more.
$30.
So a lot of people are commenting that they like the room. Thank you very much. We are seeing them. We're just not responding to all of them, but I'm seeing them. Have to fight with your Chihuahua over watermelon.
No, that would be
I
a
have
fun
to
video.
fight with these dogs when I eat popcorn.
Yes, both of them just sit there and they just watch him.
Yesterday, all 3 dogs were in here.
We had Bo. Bo, now that he's older, he's 14 now, and anytime it thunders,
Basset Hound.
he's got to be in. He'll come to the door and he'll let me in.
Yeah.
So we let him in, and so while he was inside, Jack fixed himself some popcorn.
Dogs. I bet dogs are hilarious when they eat watermelon. That would be funny.
Yeah, but now remember the time Emily was in Missouri with her friends and Ruger ate some watermelon, and she was passing chunks of watermelon, and we thought she was bleeding.
We thought she got into something and it was awful. Was passing blood. No, she was passing watermelon.
And she acted like she didn't feel good, like it was coming out a lot.
Yeah, so watermelon,
does not agree with her.
It didn't make her feel good at all.
No. It was bad.
But yeah, they love the popcorn. If I eat the popcorn and don't share it with them, they actually start growling or whining or barking, anything to get my attention. And they're not growling to be mean. They're just, come on, you know. Anyway, yeah, they are fun. Sometimes.
So was the one of those make a ponytail by the eyebrows and cut off a desired length type cuts I see on YouTube? How did I do the haircut? Okay, so first of all, y'all have to know that I am a beauty school dropout. So I have a little bit of know-how, but just a little bit because I've forgotten most of what I've learned. But the first cut I made, I did my hair like in pigtails and rubber bands, and I pulled it down to the length that I wanted, and then I cut straight across that way just to get rid of some of the length. And then what was left, I brushed it all forward and did a ponytail like right here. He's loving this conversation.
No, I'm watching our son.
And anyway, and then I pulled it to the very tip of where I cut the length, and then cut it straight across, and then pulled it out, and then pulled it again down in the back, down to the length that I wanted, and then cut it straight across.
See that?
Hey Aphrodite. So you're having thank you. And then I just went through and did some layering and cleaned it up. That's pretty much what I did. But like I said, I know a little bit of what I'm doing. But also, it takes a lot of time and patience, and it is nerve-wracking. But I've been cutting my own hair since I was in elementary school. I was telling my friends that we call ourselves the sauerkraut. Well, the sauerkraut girls, the sauerkraut gang, something like that. Anyway, that when I was I was either in elementary school or middle school, but I cut my bangs so short they stuck straight up, and it was, it's hard enough being that age, when everything's awkward and you're getting picked on. But having bangs that stuck straight up was like by far the worst thing ever.
Looks like a pro did it. That's what they're saying.
Thank you.
What else? So the room. Watermelon.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We're getting ready to integrate our chicks.
Yes.
That are now getting big and
they're
big
pullets
and big.
now. Yeah. They're outgrowing their brooder. And go ahead.
No.
I was going to say the reason why we've been putting it off is because we want to make sure that we've got the rat problem taken care of that we've told y'all about with rats getting into the coop.
And we still haven't got them. We have, there's 4 rats we know of that are no longer with us.
Yes.
But I have seen 2 more. So I want to hopefully get rid of at least 2 more, because that's what we have actually witnessed and seen.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're ready. We're ready to get them out there soon.
Yeah.
Within the next couple of days, we hope.
Yes. No, I do not cut Jack's hair or Parker's hair. They go to the barber shop and get that done.
And I got mine buzzed pretty good.
Yes.
Actually this morning, but I've been wearing a ball cap all day, so everything is kind of just matted to me right now.
Yeah.
This shirt has been completely soaked with sweat 2 or 3 times today because it was mid 90s again today here.
Yeah, but super humid.
And I went out to the garage. I got a cheap little miter saw from Harbor Freight, and one of the last.
That cheap.
Well, it's one of their cheaper brands. It's not like something you're gonna go get a. Anyway, I got a miter saw and I set it up today to make sure it works great, and I'm gonna use it. First project is cutting the quarter round and putting around our floor in our house. So we had to replace all the floor when we had all the stuff go wrong with the house, and as we rebuilt new flooring, and we still don't have the quarter round put in. I also jacked up our kitchen cabinets today and leveled them out.
Yes.
So now we can open our dishwasher door and it doesn't scrape the underside of the counter, and our silverware drawer would just open on its own.
Yeah. Like we have a
No
ghost
one would
in
be
the
in
house.
there and the drawer would open. It needed to be leveled. So now it don't open anymore.
Yes.
So success on that today too.
Okay, so Row & Co Farms and A Good Life Farm. Yes, we when we came up with the name, it was Sauerkraut, Coffee, and Freedom. That's what we called our group.
Okay.
Because we had talked about maybe one day doing a podcast, and that is actually not off the table yet. Like, that is still a possibility, because those are things that we bonded over, and it was really kind of funny, all of it. But anyway, but yeah, so just when we shorten it, we just the sauerkraut. Well, I say gang. Julie said, "Are we a gang now?"
Do we call it freedom something in sauerkraut?
Yeah, it was sauerkraut, coffee, and freedom. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But anyway, all right.
What else? Our trash cabinet door does that. Rolls open on its own.
Oh yeah. Casper. That's funny. Let's see, Jack, 50 just makes you more mature and experienced. At least that's how I took it last week when I reached that milestone. Okay, so Jennifer just turned it. And then I think I saw Amanda said that she's also going to turn 50 next year.
Oh, yeah?
It's a big one. Let's see. Don't know about having sauerkraut as the first word. No. Sauerkraut, that was like... It was, anyway, it's just, there's a lot of like...
Because that's something, as far as food-wise, it's something you either really like or you don't like it at all.
Well,
so
we really like it.
If you,
that was like
if you use that in a name, it actually could I don't know. It may not be that great.
No, I liked it. Because, okay, I'll tell you the backstory on that
Is
part.
that Constance?
Uh-huh.
So she'll be
50
she'll
in
be
October.
50 in October.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Your son is 51.
Oh. I read that wrong.
Coffee first would sell better. It could be.
Well, when that first popped up, I thought it said my mom is 51.
Oh.
Nope. Your son is 51.
So, all right, so quick backstory on just the sauerkraut part. I won't divulge all of the backstories because we'll be here forever.
Yeah.
But so...
We're shaking this table heads.
So me, Constance, and Anna, and Julie, we all stayed in an Airbnb when we went in January to the Homesteaders of America Business Conference. And we had a wonderful time, and we talked and talked and talked and just really got to know each other. And so all of us at the time were not eating grains, right? So we go to a restaurant, the pharmacy where we went with Daniel Arms.
That's a good place.
It is. And so
Yeah, I haven't been there since we were with Arms family.
yeah, so that's where we
go
ate.
back.
And we asked them, but y'all can correct me if I'm remembering this incorrectly, but we asked them if there was like something else that we could have our burgers on other than buns. And she was like, you could do it on like fries, or she goes, or sauerkraut. And we all went, oh, sauerkraut? And we all ordered our burgers on sauerkraut. It was awesome. But yeah, it was like, who knew
We
that?
reached 93 in New Hampshire today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it probably doesn't get that warm up there very often.
Yeah.
I talked to a family 2 days ago that were in Green Bay, and they said it was in the 90s there in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Aphrodite, what you're describing sounds like a vine borer, maybe. I wonder if that's we've actually picked a few zucchini that it had like one little tiny hole in it, and then when I cut it open, it was rotten all the way through. Like the outside looked completely fine, the stem was healthy looking.
Yeah, that sounds like a tiny worm.
Yeah, and it was, and it just, I mean, completely rotten on the inside. It was so weird.
Our garden's been doing wonderful. If Homestead Dad is still with us, we talked with him earlier today about, well, the weeds in my garden are taller than your weeds in your garden. And yeah, our garden is getting overrun with weeds right now, but it's still producing really well. But we are starting to see the squash bugs now.
Yes.
And I've been seeing their eggs
Sounds like
on
eggs.
our pumpkin
That's
plants.
funny.
So will the squash bugs eat our pumpkins?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Well, I mean,
Well,
really.
a pumpkin is a squash.
So squash bugs, I mean, you'll see them on your corn, you'll see them on your tomatoes. It's just that I think the damage that they do to squash is what gives them the name. Like they will decimate it, to me, like quicker than they will anything else.
Yeah, Constance says it is a squash vine borer.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Aphrodite said, what is the, is there a way to get rid of them?
Is that,
BT?
yeah.
I don't know about if BT will help, but, I mean, those are the worms that bore into the squash. So I really don't know, honestly. Corn was covered all in smut this year. Did you eat it?
Ugh.
They say that's a delicacy in some places.
What?
The smut on corn.
No.
Am I thinking of the right thing?
I hope not.
It's like the fungus that looks like.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, it looks like.
Sounds like that's make you
swollen.
sick.
Yeah, but they say it's really good and good for you.
Well.
So I don't know.
Hey, Mulberry Branch.
Hey.
See, your watermelons looks delicious.
Thank you.
I didn't know you posted on Facebook.
Who did?
You?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did on Facebook and Instagram.
And here it is live.
Ha 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 ha.
Live. It is very good. This is the half we haven't eaten yet. We've already eaten the other half. And we also picked another one that's almost the same size, just a little bit smaller. But they're delicious.
So you
So good.
did not eat it, but have heard that people love to eat it. Yeah, I've never had it before either. I've heard the same thing. Okay, so speaking of eating, let me just address a little something. One of the most common comments that I got this week on a video, which was regarding me pouring out the water from the tomatoes that I cooked down instead of saving it.
Oh.
So I know that I could can it. But if y'all remember,
Thank you. It is a pretty melon.
I did not get done canning salsa until after midnight.
Yeah, it was late.
And we have tons more tomatoes on the vine. There is plenty of opportunity for me to save the tomato juice if I want to. And I'm not saying that any of y'all left a comment, and the comments were not offensive. It was just, it was said a lot. And I was like, if I had known that, that some people would have, had thoughts about it, I would have addressed it. But yeah, it was kind of funny. It was like, you should say that, or you should can it, or, and I'm like, I know, I've been doing this a while. I know that. I didn't want to. It was late. I wanted to go to bed.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, there's plenty. I still have tons of tomatoes, so there's plenty of time for that.
So Gail says she's in Wisconsin.
Hi,
no ripe
Gail.
tomatoes yet. We are having we're having lots of tomatoes come in, but we also still have a whole lot of green tomatoes that haven't even started turning yet.
Yeah.
So our tomatoes are doing really well. The squash and zucchini are about done.
Yeah.
Even though they're still growing some, but they're on the end stage of their production. Our corn didn't really do too well this year.
No, our corn did surprisingly terrible. We have never, ever since we started growing corn, we have always had a good corn harvest, always. But this year just was not a good year. And
yeah, I think part of it was when we planted it, the weather, and then we had a few storms that kind of blew them down, and then they straightened back up, but
then they got
just
blown down
never
again.
were the same.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was the heat, but of course also the weeds. I'm sure the weeds, took some nutrients and water from them. So, but again, that's never been an issue before. So I don't know. It's just been a crazy year.
And what else did really well? Our cucumbers are doing really well.
Yeah, our cucumbers are doing good, but you can definitely tell that everything is like starting to kind of get to the end.
Yeah.
The tomatoes still have a lot of green leaves on
Okra.
them. The okra's gonna kick it for a while.
Yeah, okras do great right now when it's hot.
Yeah. Our peppers look like they're dwindling.
Yeah, peppers did wonderful.
Yeah.
Except for jalapenos, we never really got them.
Never got
through the start.
blossoms on them. But I think it was because
Birds kept eating
the
them.
birds kept chopping them down. Then they would grow up, and then they'd chop them down again. And so, anyway, but yeah. So I think
No, Tim.
it's time to start clearing some stuff. It's time to start clearing some stuff out and starting putting stuff in for the fall.
Hello from Hannibal, Missouri.
Hannibal, Missouri. It's Boston. Boston rocks.
Yeah, over there close to Doug and Stacy. Very close.
Yep. Did you go
The
to
land
their,
of Mark Twain.
Did you go to their homesteading conference that they just had?
Homestead Life or something
Yes.
like that.
Oh,
Homestead
I
Living.
want to go to one of those really like in the near future.
Every
if we can.
time we think we can go, we find out, oh yeah, it's sold out already. Forget that. But yeah.
How is my inflammation doing? I'm so glad you asked. I am doing okay.
Now these are people that really do follow us on our YouTube.
I messaged Anna, I think. Yeah, it was
Hanging
Anna.
out with the homies.
Because she's also kind of doing keto and I was almost in tears. This was the day that I was staying in here. And I had been climbing up and down the ladder, up and down the ladder, up and down the ladder. And I had so much energy and felt so amazing that I was almost in tears because it has been so long since I have felt this good. And, and I've had a rough couple of weeks with some issues, and I did get some results back from my doctor. I am anemic, which I tend to be anemic.
Oh man.
But
Allergies
even with that, I still felt so good, and I know it is because I have changed my diet. I know that's what it is.
Thank you, Jill. Yeah. Well, I mowed the yard today, and I'm still wearing
good,
the same
Jennifer.
clothes that I mowed the yard with. And I'm highly allergic to grass, so I have to wear a mask and everything. But yeah, I can tell I should have showered and cleaned up afterwards, but I didn't.
Yeah. Molly asked, is there a timeline on a reveal for our sunroom with furniture? So here's the thing.
We don't have a timeline because we have no idea when we are going to get the furniture.
Well, there's a few things that we're toying with, the idea, which is taking existing furniture in the house and moving it in here and then replacing it somewhere else.
Yeah, we want a couple of items specifically for this room, and it just turns out that we got almost that identical items just a few months ago for our basement.
Yeah.
We found it on Facebook Marketplace.
Ah, hey, Boots and Bounty.
And so we are thinking about maybe bringing that stuff up here and putting it up here.
Yeah.
And then eventually just replacing the stuff downstairs.
Because we know we'll spend more time in here.
Yeah. We love how it is set up downstairs, but we want to use this room.
Right.
We want to be in this room a lot.
Yeah.
And if that furniture was up here, it would be used a lot more.
No, not your room, Tim. Your room is going to stay the same.
No,
But
that's a bedroom. We're not putting a bed up here. No,
We're talking about the man cave area.
there's, the wall opposite of this one, this wall behind us, that we're looking at. We want
Thank you.
we want a big long couch that we can just lay in and
Take a nap.
sleep,
Yeah.
especially when the fire's going. In one of these corners, a recliner to sit by the fire, read a good book. This is just going to be kind of our room that we come to relax and
Right.
rest and enjoy company.
Right, Mark. We
Company.
can cook. We can cook on this wood stove, but I will have to use. I bought a cast iron trivet to use on it. I'd like to get a second one, but I just have the one right now. But yeah, that was one thing I asked the lady. That was like my first question. Can you cook on it? And she said 100%. I
Yeah.
said, tell me more.
And we also still need to get a little wood holder, a little wood rack here where
Yeah.
we can put some wood next to the stove while we are heating and
Letting
stuff.
it dry out and whatnot.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean we've already got some wood and it's in a dry area outside. It's kept dry, but also everything I've been told is always have a stack of it
Drying.
set up in here
Yeah.
too, just to continue that process.
Julie said, I would move it upstairs for sure. That's my room, Tim. Yeah, Julie has stayed in there.
Yeah.
Have you found out the root cause of your inflammation? I was just wondering if it was caused by the water intrusion issues that you have had. No. It was basically the way I've been eating is what has been causing my inflammation.
Yeah, it's a good multi-purpose stove. Now people are fighting over the basement.
My health improved dramatically when I started eating home-cooked meals, stopped sitting for work, quit driving, started getting outside for vitamin D every day, and only wearing comfy clothing. Yeah, it really, really makes a difference. And I think there's Anna introduced me to a channel called Carnivore Me. If you guys are interested in carnivore eating or just encouraging someone on their health journey. And this sweet lady who is working hard to lose a lot of weight, she was talking about just how, she was eating things that were on her plan, but because of the way our food culture is in our country, she found herself wanting to eat more. And when she was doing research, she realized it's because of chemicals that are used to flavor, like it was chicken wings, MSG, and it makes you want to eat more. Even though she said because she ate until she was pleasantly full, and then later just was ravenous and wanted to eat more and more and more of it. And so, I mean, whenever you are eliminating as much of that as possible, it's amazing how you feel and what can happen.
Let's see. We had 4 people in that room. Majority wins.
That's true. They did. They had a camp in there.
Boots and Bounty. Yep. Lacking nutrients too. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Is that who we saw earlier
Yeah,
today?
yeah.
Yeah. And they were talking about how much they loved your hair.
Well, she was.
I
I don't think her husband was so much.
That's what I meant. I don't have to explain myself.
Sure you do.
Keep no, wacky.
But let's see what else. What were we talking about? Oh yeah. So just and experimenting with what you eat, because not everything affects everyone the same. Some people can have bread and it not inflame them. Some people can have dairy and then not have any inflammation. Everyone is different, but definitely I think one thing we can all agree on is what our country's doing to our food is
We
an atrocity.
I've actually cut this about a week ago. I started cutting back on the amount of sodium that goes in me. With soft drinks and processed foods, I've been trying to make sure that I'm eating a lot of lower sodium stuff. And I think that has actually helped me with my headaches. Because I think it raises my blood pressure a little bit. Usually every time I go to the doctor and they take my blood pressure, it's always high. I mean, not like in the red, but it's in the yellow. And so I just decided to try this, and I think it has helped. It can't be, it's got to be good just cutting it out anyway, right?
Well, and it depends on the sodium too, because that's an essential
Yeah. Well, I'm still getting
element
sodium.
that we need. Yeah.
I'm still getting sodium,
but you're just reducing it because
I'm not like packing it in like I was.
Right. Right.
A lot of soft drinks and I mean, think like a can of chicken soup or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's loaded.
And that's why homemade is always better. You can control those things, and you can also control what type of salt you're using. A lot of people like to use Redmond's real salt.
Yeah.
We use pink
Yeah,
Himalayan
I know
sea salt.
soda's bad for us. Fast food. I very rarely ever eat fast food now.
Yeah.
Just for the fact that we have a garden. We grow our own food now. And
Well, not all of it, but we're getting
and
there.
we had a steer. We bought a steer and had it butchered. And so
I think that's made a big difference
we've definitely
too.
been eating
Yeah.
better and healthier. And when I do eat fast food, it tastes terrible and I feel like crap. It does. It just makes me
Yeah.
feel bad now.
Well, it just depends on the fast food. Some fast food tastes good, like Chick-fil-A.
Well, yeah, but if you go to certain fast foods and just get a cheeseburger,
Oh yeah,
I feel
like
terrible.
McDonald's is nasty. I mean, the bread is not even real bread.
I wasn't
It's
gonna name names. I'm
what
just
is
saying.
that? Oh, I ain't scared. I'll say it.
What else?
Oh, and also I could tell y'all this too, that as of
Pinto
right
beans
now,
and ham. I like that.
As of right now, I'm down 12 pounds. So I'm really happy about that. And I think regardless of how much weight I've lost, how I feel like surpasses all of it.
Oh yeah, this is a decompressed room. Yeah, this is gonna be the room that we can just relax.
It's our
Yeah,
chill
and
room.
somebody said no TV. Yep, no TV in here. Yeah, just a winding down, relax,
And like I think
quiet time.
yeah, and when we have friends over, like this is because normally, and all of my friends that are in the chats, like Mike and Jennifer and Julie and Anna.
Is Mike with us?
He's right there.
Oh hey. Oh yeah, he is. How long's he been with us? Just now?
I think just now.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey Mike.
And of course, Dee and Tim have been here. Usually where we congregate is the kitchen.
But none of them have seen this.
No, not completed anyway.
Well, Mike has seen it probably almost at this stage.
Yeah, well, and I think when Tim and Dee were here, I can't remember how much was done, but when Anna and Julie were here, I don't think we had shiplap on the walls yet. But anyway, where we normally congregate when we have company is the kitchen. So hopefully this will be the new congregation area. Because we'll be able just to sit and relax and talk and have coffee.
Well,
and
don't you think it's so important that we, just society in general, but mostly we have just more quiet time? I mean, we're always constantly and here we are on YouTube right now talking to people. But
it's different than television.
I think it's good to definitely have that balance and have time set aside to just turn off stuff and just have that quiet time. And
disconnect.
especially younger people,
Yeah.
they don't know what that is anymore. They're always connected
Constantly.
to something. So for me, it's mowing the yard. I really, not when it's 95 degrees, but for me, I enjoy getting out and just riding the lawnmower for an hour or two and putting headphones in and listening to a podcast or an audio book To me, that's my time, you know. But and then other people, it's gardening. You know, getting out in the garden and just spending time out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, this room will help with that.
Yep.
It's funny because we were in here, was it just a day or two ago? We were like, it would be nice to have a big TV in here though. So this could be a good room to come in here and just lay on the couch and watch, you know, a ball game or something.
Yeah, but we're not going to do that.
I don't think we're going to.
No. Nope. But yeah, we're very happy to have it, and we'll plan on this big window over here. Maybe putting like a sofa table or something in front of it to put plants.
I will move y'all a minute.
There it is. That's
big
the big
window right here.
But yeah, but we have to get.
And this goes back into the dining room, kitchen area, living room. That's just a big opening right now.
But y'all, we are gonna have to put shades in here because it is stifling hot. I mean, it is a sun room, and it is hot.
Yeah, we do have a ceiling fan above us, and we do have lights that we can dim, which I really love that. Usually we don't have them this bright. We usually have them dimmed down. Oh, the grass allergies are bothering me now.
Yeah, no, it happens every time you mow. Jason Bruno says, I agree. I had smut on corn and tossed it. Couldn't eat it. Yeah, again, I've never had it, but I hear
it does. It sounds toxic.
Who would want to eat smut, right? Like maybe change the name of it to like some sort of because it's a fungus, right? So like some sort of like exotic.
Yeah, change the name where it actually sounds like something you want.
Like that. Yeah. That we do have air conditioning in here, but I don't know.
We do, but it's right in front of that giant window, and the sun hits it. So I think once we get some shades put in, that's going to help a lot. We got the fan, we got a vent, you know, from our air. So.
Ooh, yeah, corn truffles sounds fancy.
Corn shrooms.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Constance said corn truffles. I think that makes it sound like a delicacy. Shell said, I lose hours when I go outside to the garden. It's my happy place by the room. The room looks awesome. Thank you. Yes, I'm the same way. Especially like before it's so totally overgrown like mine is.
Are you enjoying your office? Somebody want to
know yes, absolutely. Today I was actually, we haven't shown yet, but the kitchen window, the builder made me some cafe doors to go over them. So that way, you know, if I'm on the phone or something, I can have a little bit more quiet. And what's really cool is the wood that he used to make the doors. One of the guys that helped work on the house, his family had a family property, and on the property was a barn, and it was like 150 years old. Anyway, the barn, they had, I don't know if it fell in or what, but they got a lot of the wood off of it, and that's what he used to make the cafe doors, and they look super cool. Yeah. I really like them. Let's see, we've had corn smut, but not the cool kind. Every 5 years or so, we try to grow corn again. The local experts say it will eventually leave our soil.
Anything new? I mean, I think we've talked about most of the homestead stuff and the house stuff, and the gardening stuff.
Let's see. Okay, so up next is the kitchen. I need to get stuff for the backsplash.
Somebody did ask about the tile. If you've decided.
Yes, I have decided. I have decided that I am going to just do the subway tile. And I think I don't know if Bex is still here, but she had commented on one of the videos that I had posted earlier. And this is kind of what I was already thinking, but then when she said it, it just kind of like reaffirmed it. That, the subway tile is a very classic, clean look with simple lines, where the herringbone that I was considering it's busier. So since I'm wanting just a calm, clean, simple look, that the subway tile is the way to go. Yeah, there she is. Yeah.
She's here.
So yeah, so that's what I've decided on. And I think I'm gonna do like a light gray grout, just because I think white would show too much. I mean, you know, canning tomatoes, you get splatter, and I don't want to spend the rest of my life scrubbing grout. So that's what I think I'm gonna do, is a darker grout, and then just
How we
simple
doing on
subway
our
tile.
time?
We got like 10 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Let's
About
see.
10 more minutes. What else we want to talk about?
I'm trying to think.
Hey from Virginia.
I don't know what else is going on that we could talk about. Have been dehydrating zucchini and it's working great. Use it for homemade soups.
Yeah.
Have you made zucchini chips yet? I know, Julie, were you freeze drying your zucchini to make zucchini chips, or were you dehydrating them? I can't remember. She was making like zucchini chips and salt in
I
them.
don't think
and
that sounds good.
apparently it's thebomb.com. We just haven't tried it yet.
Oh, I know somebody, and they may or may not still be on here with us, is getting a freeze dryer.
Yeah.
And they live very close by. And
Yeah.
I told them I was very excited that they were getting one. So
freeze drying.
I may just bring them some stuff.
Yeah, look, he's here. He's in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is here.
So yeah, Mike is getting him.
Yeah.
And Shannon are getting a freeze dryer. So
Yeah.
that's really exciting.
I just want to freeze dry a bunch of corn so I can have some snacks.
Freeze drying. Okay. Jennifer said, has it been still raining there a lot?
Did
We've
our
got.
dog want some?
Oh. Let's see. They've got 8 inches in 4 hours this morning.
What?
Holy cow! 14
Where's
inches.
that at?
That's in
know.
where she lived in Illinois. Oh my goodness. Let me let
Man,
Gertie in.
we got 8 inches in 4 hours this morning. 14.
Hush, Ruger. It's all right. It's
14
just
inches just north of them. Wow.
Florida. Be good, Ruger.
That sounds like what Eastern Kentucky got.
Go.
You know, y'all remember anybody on here, you know, praying people and believe in the power of prayer? Pray for all those people that have been flooded out in Kentucky and evidently in a few other places now. So yeah, it's
Oh, you did corn yesterday. How are you staying out of it? I was amazed by all the stuff that could be freeze dried at the conference. Yes, I mean that's like, I think all of us.
and it surprised me the most was how good the corn was.
It tasted like cereal almost.
It
It
did.
was so good, and the strawberries were good. The candy was like everything. It was so neat.
The strawberries were amazing. Freeze dried strawberries.
Can you ask a question in response to what we talked about earlier? I can't remember what we talked about, but yeah, ask
Yeah.
away. I don't remember.
Okay.
See, have waterfall coming into your basement wall? No, that's
Ooh,
no
I
bueno.
didn't see that.
No bueno.
Oh, yeah, now I see it. That's not good.
So y'all do have sump pumps, right? Like what's happening there? That is so terrible.
That hits too close to home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, hopefully that's all it is a little bit of water coming in.
Oh, yeah. Yep, Mike said, would those on here be interested in survival cooking? So, you know.
I know several people we follow on this that's been chatting with us would think it was pretty neat, would be
Yeah.
into it.
Yep.
Yeah. And we did a video with him a couple of years ago, just trying some things out. Like, what did we do? Biscuits?
I made
And a
cheesy
homemade-
bread using all
Okay.
pantry ingredients.
Yeah, and we baked the bread in a little makeshift hole that we dug,
Yeah.
basically in the backyard,
Yeah.
and it worked.
Yep. Yeah, Mike is very knowledgeable in bushcrafting, survival skills, and yeah, that's his powerhouse right there. His wheelhouse, not his powerhouse. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable
Yep,
about that
and a
stuff.
pot for an oven. Yeah, it was really neat.
He's very knowledgeable. Maybe we'll have to team up and work together on some stuff.
Oh my goodness. Jennifer
his,
said,
and we need to get his channel going.
Yeah.
If he wants it.
it's receding but was gushing for hours. Oh my goodness gracious. You didn't have, did you have any things in the basement, or what, is it just empty? We are being forced into survival mode. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with that statement 100%.
Yeah, and if things don't change in a couple of months, it's going to get a lot worse. But
Yep.
hopefully it will slow down, at least slow down a little bit towards the end of this year.
Well,
If a lot of if people go out and vote and they pray and they get some people in that actually want to put this country first and not their own agenda. But that's all we'll say about that for now.
well, I think the second thing that you said is probably more important than even the first part, which is to pray. God's people have got to wake up. It's not people who don't know the Lord. It's people that do, that are living like the world.
It's so easy to become complacent, and you see complacency. Whenever there's been bad things in the world, it's mostly been churches or revivals or great awakenings kind of start correcting some of that stuff. But then if they're not going to move, don't expect the other people to move.
Right.
So it's kind of that way. But I think the complacency right now with people, they're all just expecting somebody else to do it.
Right.
Or they're just waiting to see how bad it gets, and so.
Right.
So anyway, we will see.
But here's what I know. I know that we serve an almighty, powerful God. And I know that he can fix things in ways that we can't even imagine. Whether he decides to do it on a nationwide scale or whether he decides to do it in our backyards. He is in control. He is all powerful. I think the main thing is we fill our storehouses, we spread the gospel, we keep praying, and we just keep our nose to the grindstone. Because we can't change it. That is a God work. We can pray, we can go to the voting polls, and like I said, we can spread the gospel, but we're limited.
But also the Lord uses us. So if there's stuff we can do, we should be willing to do it.
Well, yeah. That's I'm not saying that to do that. That was included in my rant.
Yeah. Take action. Be active.
Yes. But what I'm saying is that we within ourselves cannot change this big, massive evil that is happening. God can do it. And sometimes he does use his people to carry out certain things. But if we pray, if we spread the gospel, fill our storehouses, teach the young women to love their husbands and love their children, teach our children to honor the Lord in the way they live, that's how you're going to see things change.
Yeah.
But yes, exactly, Ty. He is in control, and that is how we sleep at night. Amen. Amen. Goodness, if y'all hear heavy panting, it's Georgia. There was one, I don't know if you guys caught it. I can't remember which video it was, but I was doing a voiceover and she came over to me and was like wanting to be petted. And she's going, and I was like, oh my goodness. And I didn't want to start over. So I was like, I'm just going to leave that in there. She's so funny.
Oh, I love what Mark said.
Yeah.
We need our current administration to listen to Wall Builders. Love that podcast. Love it, love it, love it. If our administration listened to that, they would not know what those people are talking about.
Well, they'd probably go arrest them. They'd probably go send the FBI to their house unannounced.
Well,
like what they're doing right now to Trump.
So, yeah, that is a great podcast to listen to.
Yeah.
So, how are we doing on time? It is 9 o'clock.
It is right at
9
9
o'clock Central Time here. So I guess our hour is up.
And it was just starting to get good.
Yeah, we definitely did our homestead and gardening talk, and then we just got into politics. I think we're talking to the choir here, though. I think most of the people watching us probably agree that. Well, I mean, they may not agree politically with us, but I think they can all agree that things that are being done right now are not in the best interests of the country.
Yeah, unless they're like extreme leftists.
Yeah, and I mean,
but it's amazing to see people that do consider themselves.
It's all Tim's fault. Yeah.
It's really amazing to see people that do consider themselves, that lean left, who are now veering more moderate or libertarian. Yeah. They're just like, wait, this has gotten out of hand. And
us, Freedom Homestead, we're not the kind of people where, we can't be friends with them no more, or unsubscribe, we're not. No, I mean, I think what is great about our country is when people have different opinions, we can talk about it, and we can, they can tell us what they feel, and then we can tell them what we feel, and we don't shut each other down. Right. At least we both get to express our opinions without a fight breaking out. I mean, that is no way to solve the world's issues, and now it seems like that's what's happening right now too. Is neither side can even even want to let the other side speak.
And I think we have social media to thank for that. Social media has changed how we interact with people. Yeah. And it's not, it's like, how antisocial can we be with social media? It's crazy.
Well, the censoring stuff is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
It's nuts. In a country that was founded on freedom.
On freedom.
That just shows you who's in the wrong.
Right.
When they won't allow anybody else to speak their opinions, even when they have truth on their side, they're like, no, we don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, that's because truth is convicting.
It is.
And people don't like that.
We got on our soapbox tonight. But anyway, I guess we do have to wrap it up.
I guess.
We know that we have great moderators that help us.
Are the best.
And they've got stuff to do too. And man, hope you guys are okay with water coming in your house.
I know we're supposed to get some storms the next couple of days, and then it's supposed to cool off for a little bit.
Yeah, tomorrow, the next 2 days, we have a chance for storms here.
They can't handle the truth.
Not a lot. Yeah, that's true. Not a lot of storms here, but we do have a chance for heavy downpours occasionally.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we're having a cool down.
Yes.
In this area.
We can definitely use it.
A lot of places need to cool off a little bit.
Yeah.
And some people need rain and some people don't.
Right.
It's crazy what's going on right now.
Yep.
So 64 here, but muggy. Yeah, we could use some of that.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Even with the mugginess, that would be nice. Praying for all the people that died in Kentucky. Yeah, definitely pray for the ones that are left behind having to rebuild. It's just it's very sad.
Where we live in Kentucky, we're a couple hours away from all of that's going on right now with the flooding. Yeah. But yeah, I know a lot of people around here in our community is having flood drives. And
our church had one.
Our church had one, and a lot of places in town are doing this. And so yeah, and I know even some of the state parks, we got some great state parks in Kentucky. They're putting people up for free that lost stuff, and kind of using state park hotels and stuff as shelters.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, hope everybody has a great week. Go ahead and sign us off.
All right. So you guys remember to be vigilant, fill your storehouses, be prayerful, spread the gospel, and be prepared. You guys have a good night.
Love y'all. Have a good week.
God bless.
And thanks for chatting with us as always. We really appreciate it.
Always so fun and goes by way too fast. Way too fast.
See y'all later.